Hello, everyone. How is everyone today? Let me move this over. Let's see who we have today. Hello, Agent Cortez. Hello, Not So Shy Guy Rye. Hello, Mickey 1996. GoPro is in the house today. Hello, V Cliche. Vanessa. How is everyone? Did everyone have a fabulous Wednesday? By the way, Vanessa, the only reason I said that is because little birds were telling me to say that. So I know it's Vanessa. How was everyone? How was it everyone's Wednesday? I tell y'all what, it was hot. It was hot again. And I love the warm, but I just need this to go away now. I need it to be in the 50s and 60s every day. I get more stuff done that way. I just need it to be in the 50s and 60s. Hi. I passed my practice insurance test the first time, so high hopes. Woohoo! Mickey 1996, good for you. Pretty soon, you guys are going to have a State Farm Jake person in the house. Gonna have all the answers to all the insurance practice. I mean, all the insurance questions, right? Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 50s. Well, I hope so, because I'm not happy with 90 degrees. I'm not happy with that. I just need it to be a little cooler. I don't need 5 feet of snow. I don't need any of that. I'm not asking for too much. I'm just asking for cooler weather. After all, it is fall. So I'm a little tired of this heat. Summer needs to pack its bags and go away. If a horse kicks my car and I kick a horse, will insurance cover broken? What? Oh my gosh. Well, my accomplishments is I cut off some of my skin with a foldy table. Ugh, be careful what you're doing. I don't know, GoPro. You gotta ask Mickey 1996. She's our new insurance expert. All your insurance needs with Mickey 1996. All right. So when we left off last time, I had put these together. I went ahead and put the feet on because I still had to make a base cover and everything for this. Also, this piece is already commissioned. So I know that we were discussing it last time we were on, but it has been picked up. So we have to make it to the buyer's request, and the buyer requested very shiny. So you know what that means. We get to play with a lot of glitter when we get there. So I still have some pieces I need to put on. These little sections. I may have to cut some more things, but we'll get there. And then I had taken out all my papers, y'all, and then it was like I said, it was commissioned, so I'm gonna have to go with what it was that was requested by the purchaser. But I did add another section. Remember, we made the two. We made these, and then so I added this third one. So this is how tall it's going to be, along with its top. So this is going to put us at, let me get my ruler. I think it's going to be longer than this ruler. So we're going to be, I want to say 13 inches. Right? 12 and a half, 13 inches, somewhere in there. So it's going to be pretty big. And what I decided was that I'm going to start cutting silver here in a minute. But what I'm going to do is I have these little frames that I cut out that I'm going to put together that go together. And they fit right in here perfectly. So I was thinking, so if we put these little frames in here, see they fit perfectly in there? So wouldn't it be cute to have these, and then you could put your little pictures in there. So I'll make 5 frames, and then we're going to have 5 decorative areas, and then we're going to have 5 sections with drawers, which is going to give us 10 drawers, and that's how this one's going to be made. So I'm going to probably do it this way, because what I was thinking was when I made my Halloween ones, I had to be very careful in how I put or what decorations I put in the top section so that it wouldn't hang over too much and affect the opening of the drawer. So I thought, this is Christmas. We can't have limitations on if we got to hang something, right? So I'll put the decorating at the top, the photos in the center, and then of course, the drawers on the bottom. What do y'all think? Y'all think that's good? Hello, Gabby. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Okay, so GoPro says yes. All right, so I need to do some cuts. So today is going to be trying to get everything else that needs to be done with this. Oh, I did enough, I think, for that section. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'll need 5 more of these, but awesome. So how was everyone's Wednesday? Let me make sure that's the way I want it to go. Okay, hold on. I gotta write on this because I'm gonna wind up using the wrong one. Hello, Sonia. How are you? Thank you for joining us today. How was everyone's Wednesday? Was everyone having a great day today? Did anyone fall asleep at their desk? Don't write that on here. I don't want you to get in trouble. Let's see. Busy. Was an easy day, not used to the chime change. Oh, yeah. Oh, was it easy day? I got my hair color. Vanessa, yeah, I figured that's what you did, and I tried to see it on your story, and I could only see the top part. Did you get it blonde? Did you get it done blonde? Sonia, I'm loving the time change. Oh, okay. Had to have a coffee in the afternoon. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it was a great picture of the roof. I don't know. I kept saying, I can't see Vanessa. I don't know what she's trying to show us here. Yeah, I'm loving the time change. I am up so early. Just doing the things. I love this time of year though, y'all. Fall is my time of the year. I love it. You sent it to Asia Cortez and then she didn't say. You see, she doesn't share these things with me. Oh my gosh, GoPro. It's not that short. It's not as short as Agent Cortez. Oh, you just sent it. Awesome. Ooh, that is a cute hair. I love it, Vanessa. You want me to show it here? You want me to show your picture here? Vanessa looks so cute with her new hair. Can we show your hair here? Only if you'll allow us. Of course everyone wants to see. Let me see. It's too dark. You have your... Look at everyone. It's beautiful Vanessa. She's all ready for Christmas. So cute. We love it. Is it one of those glow in the blue light colors? I know a lot of young people do that. Yeah, it looks fab. Looks great on her. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure what the colors are, but I just know that I've seen young people, if they get these weird colors in their hair, and then when they go, like, I guess, clubbing under the blue light, it turns color. Copper. It looks red. Oh, so is that cowboy copper? Everybody's saying that it's coming into the style, that cowboy copper. I saw something about that. Oh, okay. It looks fab. I love it. It's beautiful. And of course, you had yours like a blonde color, so it took really, really good. People with darker color hair, it won't come out like that. What clubs do I think you're going? I'm not saying you're going to clubs. I'm just saying that they do that weird hair color that I don't know. That's just what young people do. I'm not sure if there are. Well, I know how there's no clubs around here. There's just like those. I don't even know what to call it. Her mom's out here. She don't go clubbing. You're funny, GoPro. So what's everyone's plans with the long holiday coming up? What are y'all doing? I tried to convince GoPro to put on his fatigue so we could go around all over the place and get free food, but he refuses to get his veteran handouts, which, gosh dang it. So I guess I'll just be making him like a little steak or something. What is everyone else doing? No, he refuses to do that. I remember one time, guys, you know that place there on Andrews Highway, they call it, what do they call it now? That place. It used to be My Hacienda or something. I don't know. It's right there across from the Lowe's and the 66. Um, we went there to eat one afternoon, and uh, GoPro had his fatigues on because he just come back from going to yeah, um he just gone back to come back from being out, playing army or whatever it was with the reserves. And we were eating, and the lady came up and he said, "Can I get the check, please?" And she said, "Oh, well, your meal was paid for." I kid y'all not, this man got so mad, he got up, he said, "Who paid for my meal?" It's like, God. She was like, "Sir, it's because it was a Veterans Day. It was Veterans Day," and she said, "It's because it's Veterans Day and they paid for your meal." Oh, he was so mad. He said, "I didn't come here for handouts and blah blah blah." I mean, I was like, "Come on now, you can't stop people from buying you a lunch." At least they did it, like that, so he couldn't be arguing with them. But it's just the way he is. And then that happened to me when I worked for the sheriff's office. I went to go buy me a Subway. So I kind of know what he feels like because I went to go pay for my sandwich and they were like, "Oh, that guy paid since you work with the sheriff's office." And I said, "No, no, 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 no. I'm paying for my own sandwich." He said, "Well, that guy already paid, so too bad." So I wound up just paying for the next guys. You know what I mean? Because it felt weird. It feels really weird when people do that. I'm not deterring anyone from doing it. I'm just, it's just a story. I'm just saying it just feels odd. Making some cuts here that I need. So if y'all see a soldier out there and y'all can pay for their meal, pay for their meal. I know I'm going to do that. It's very rare that you see them out by themselves, though. Usually it's like a whole bunch of people and stuff. CC's, free buffet, Roadhouse, free meal, Little Caesars, $5.99 hot and ready. Hot Daddy's free burger with or without you. Wow. Kudos to all these places. Kudos. These guys do not get enough appreciation. I can tell you that. They go through a lot for us. I know my old man went through a lot for this country, so kudos to those companies. Good places to go. Yeah, it sounds like it. I think I'm just gonna make him a steak here. I'll pick him one up tomorrow or something. I just dread going to the grocery store anymore, y'all. It's so busy all the time. Wait, is there school on Friday? Because if there's not, I gotta go to the store tomorrow. I don't even know if there's school on Friday. No, no barking. Here they go. They're gonna be silly now. That one's extra. Pretty cool, pretty cool. It's empty if you go early or right before they close. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like going to grocery store. It's gotten so bad here. And I imagine it's just going to get worse with the holiday shopping. And guys, I look back and I'm like, how did I do this? Like, how did I go to work at UPS every day with so many people? So many people, so much traffic. How did I not ever wreck my truck? Because they taught me well. But just so busy everywhere. So I have a question. Who all is reading Britney Spears' book? Who is reading it? Who is gonna read it? Or who's listening to the audio? Because I have my copy and I plan on starting it this weekend. Now, GoPro. GoPro. If I read it out loud, you know you're gonna listen to it. I don't know why. I am your audiobook. What are you talking about? Calm down with that. On my to be read list, Mickey 1996. Oh, I want to read it. Not I, says Sonia. Sonia. Oh, why not? No, I'm kidding. It's not for everyone, but I very much want to read it. I have my copy that was gifted to me by Agent Cortez and Eyes. Oh, cool, Vanessa. Awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh, GoPro. No, sir. No, sir. Ay, ay, ay. Mm-mm. No, it's not being a hater. Um, some people just don't want that drama in their life. I was just very involved in the Free Britney. I kept up with everything. Had arguments at work about it. I just don't think that anyone should be um, tied down like that, forced to work, uh, things like this, things that were happening to her. I don't think should ever happen to anyone, and it's a shame that the U.S. doesn't make those changes in those laws because exactly, Sonia, and that's why I supported everything. I signed every petition. I was on every Facebook whatever because it made me so sad for her to find out this is what's been going on, you know, and the court systems weren't doing their jobs. Okay, very plain and simple. They need to change those rules because, in my opinion, I agreed with her when she said, if I can work to support everyone, then why, how am I in, incapable of like other things like taking care of herself? So, or making decisions, right? So I am a true believer is if you can work and um, maintain an entire family and all their payments and you're forced to work, I don't think that's right. I think that it was just too much, too long. I'm not going to say that she didn't have problems at one point because she did. And I think even she recognizes that. But I just think it went on too long. I think a lot of people took advantage of her situation. And it's very sad that in this day and age, a working woman can be taken such advantage of like that. So I'm very interested to read her book to see what she has to say. And I've been waiting because I've had my copy now for about a week. And I've been waiting though. So this weekend, it's a long weekend, and I'm gonna read it. I gotta beat Agent Cortez though. I gotta read it all first. Yes, I was in the top 1% of the Spotify listeners for Free Britney. When I drove my UPS truck, y'all, when the Free Britney was going on, it was nonstop Free Britney in my ear. And I tell y'all what, I was working 12, 13-hour days. So that was a lot of Britney Spears. Mm-hmm. So when I got my Spotify thing at the end of the year, like it said you were the top in the top 1% of Britney. I was like, woohoo, look guys, I showed everybody. They weren't interested, but I showed them anyway. I just think it happens too much to very successful women. I really do. A lot of pressure on women that are that successful. And now that they're going back and they're playing all the interviews and stuff like that, and I'm just like, how disgusting that they were asking her about her body and all this stuff. I'm just like, this is really bizarre to me. How nobody said anything, and she was what, 16 years old doing these interviews, and her parents didn't step up and say, hey, I know I would have. Hey, you don't be asking my kid about their boobs. Can I say boobs on here? Oh well. Okay. So I was just like, this is crazy. Okay. So we have all those sections done. Now, I couldn't decide. You just did. I know. I always ask after the fact. That's just me. All right. So we have. Let me see what we got here. Don't want butterflies. Maybe those poinsettias. Oh, I might have already used them. Nope. So I have these poinsettias that we can use for a background. That's like a poinsettia flower. Right? Yeah, I need to. I don't know if mine's 18 or over. I don't know. I mean, I think everybody's 18 and over in here. And then I have just regular silver, and then I have, of course, the rainbow silver. So we're gonna go, this will be 1, this will be 2, and I don't know if I should, but this will be 3. 3. We already have 1 vote for 3. 1. 1 and 3. 2. We have a vote for 2. Okay, we got a vote for each. Oofa. This is 1. It's silver. It just in iridescent. It has hollow. What is it called? I don't know. Rainbow. Whenever you turn it. And then this is just plain silver. This is 2. And then this is 3. Amanda, welcome. Amanda votes 1. We're having tech issues. Hello, Amanda. I like 2 and 3. That will be for what section? Okay, so if you're familiar with the way I make them, this is going to be, all right, on this section right here, this big piece, it's going to go here, right? Now, mind you, there's going to be 2 other layers. So this is going to be the very last layer. Very last layer. Okay, so you're really not going to see a lot of it. That's why I was like, I don't even know if I should do the poinsettia one, but so 1 has the 1, 2, 3, 4 votes for 1, right? Okay, 5 votes for 1. Okay, so we'll go with 1. Okay, 1. All right. What? GoPro. Make up your mind, GoPro. Yeah, because you see all these die cuts, y'all? We have a lot of layers to do. I mean, I was going to say y'all have no idea, but y'all do because you guys have some. All right. Okay, so when I made the ones for Halloween, I made y'all paper that had skeletons on it. But I didn't make paper for this one yet. I did find an embossing folder, which I don't know what I did with it now. That's 3D that has like different Christmas trees on it. So I might use that. Or the snowflake one. That one's cute too. Alright, so what we're going to do is I flip that over. Mine stays up all year. Oh, Vanessa, I don't blame you. If I had one, I would leave it up all year. Let's see. So I'm going to do it this way because I have to be sure. All right. I'm going to use a pen. I learned last year to use a pen because the pencil smears. So if you're going to do this, or if you're using this technique, or you're out there scrapping with me, use a pen to do these traces because it will smear. And I had a little piece of paper. Oh, there it is. So all I do is I trace these out. And then I hand cut them because it doesn't come with one of these It does not come. Let's see, I need 1, 2, 3. I need 10. It does not come with this particular shape. I just like it this way. I think it gives it more. It gives it a better look. I do this a lot. Um, I'll trace the stuff that I don't get, so I can give it a better look than what I think. It just needs a little something sometimes. Paper planes. Yeah, it does kind of. I wasn't gonna go all bougie because, well, I was gonna do it bougie, but not this bougie because I didn't think it would. It was gonna be sold, but then I got the news that it was. So I said, "Oh, I gotta go a different way." So here we are. Okay, so then we're gonna cut these out. Bless you. Bless you. Everybody's saying bless you. All right. Oh, and some other news I got this week. Um, have any of y'all ever heard of like Craft TV on Facebook? Anyway, I got invited to the group to do lives. So I don't know. I might do that. I've there's a few people, less than 100 people in the group that do them. But I just felt very honored that they invited me to do that. Yeah, I was like, that's pretty neat. But then, like, things start going through my head, like, how do they find me? How do they know who I am? But I was watching it today. There's quite a few ladies on there that teach all different kinds of stuff. Yeah, Vanessa, that I'm just weird like that. Things like that start going through my head, like how they find me, how they know who I am. I'm like, calm yourself. How would they know that MDO Crafting Twitch is also crafting Facebook? I know, right? I'm just weird like that. I'm like, how? I don't know. All these years with GoPro got me second guessing everything. I'm just as paranoid anymore, like as he is. Right. I don't know. I just thought it was really neat, and I thought this is really cool that they sent me that, and it's called Craft TV, I think. Oh, you like that too, Vanessa? Yeah, Yeah, I will. I'll share it would have to be like a weekend, I think, at this point, because I'm pretty busy during the week. I've been trying really hard to keep a schedule, going and spending some time with my horses. Now that everything's pretty settled down, I've been trying really hard to go on Tuesdays and Thursdays to spend time with my horses, not just give them food and go, because it's been kind of crazy for me, getting everything started and going and prepping and So I'm trying to spend some time with them. I actually spent quite uh, about 2.5 hours with them yesterday, and I had been real concerned. Did I tell y'all I had to take my horse in to get his teeth done? I think I did tell you. And well, he was getting really, really skinny, and I didn't know what was wrong with him. And then one day when I went to go feed him, I could hear his teeth like not good. So my good friend Amanda got him in earlier than what my vet would have got him in with her vet. And so we got him in there and they did his teeth. And y'all, he looks so much happier now. He just, he's gained, I mean, even though he's still a little thin, you can tell he's gained some weight. So I'm glad that we got his teeth done. He had two problems actually. He had teeth that were overgrown and sharp, uh, because the teeth were like this part was too high, this part was too low, right? Or can y'all see me? Okay, so this part was too high on the outside by the cheek. This part was too low. So they had to, I want to say saw, but it wasn't sawing. They grind them down to make them even. And then he had one tooth that needed to be removed. Yeah. So, yep. Even though, when you're paying for stuff, you kind of go, wow, that was that was more than I expected. But then I thought, as we were driving away, I thought, if human teeth could be this cheap, there'd be more people at the dentist people. Oh, you can tell he feels better because he was already so sad looking, and he wouldn't even neigh for his food anymore. Now he chases me around for it. But I had a good day with him yesterday. We just as I was cleaning up, he kept coming over for pets. So, all right. I was there quite a bit yesterday. Got there early. All right, so these are going to go in. These are going to go like this. Ooh. Did y'all keep the tooth? I brought it because I had told GoPro there's something wrong with his teeth. GoPro thinks he thinks I take care of them like I'm too much with them. He's like, oh, they'll be fine. It's just you. So I brought it because I said, let me go and show him that he did have a bad tooth. And so I brought it for him to show him. And he kept it. I'm going to make him wear it as a necklace, Vanessa. Do you have a horse too? Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, so. All right. So, yeah, I really appreciate Amanda helping me with that because her vet was like, oh, I can take him. I think, I think, I know, Amanda. That's what I was saying. I'm gonna make a hole in it. I'm gonna make him wear it like a necklace. Like people walk around with their shark tooth. I'm gonna make him walk around with his horse tooth. With my luck, he'll dip it in chrome or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have it glittered and googly. Oh my gosh. Glitter and googly eyes? Oh no. A gold tooth. Yep. That's what I'm saying. Yep. That's what I'm saying. He needs to be sporting it. All right, so I don't need to ink the ends of these black because this is for white. Okay, if you're not subscribed, just a heads up, you're going to get an ad soon. So yeah, I've been trying to go on my 2 days so I can hang out with them for a while. And they love it. I sent a picture of dinner and the grandpeppers. Okay. You want me to show it here, or is it just for me? Excuse me. Yeah, what was for dinner? I'm outside watching on my phone GoPro. Oh, it's so nice outside. Yes, I wish it would. That breeze was really nice this afternoon. I'm hoping it blows in a cold, cool weekend. I can do a lot on the weekends when it's cool. Oh no. That did not just do that to me. Hold on. Wipies. What did I do with the wipes? Oh, thank you. Just I cleaned up over here, so I didn't know where they were at. Let's see. Okay, we might have to peel that one. Let me see. You remember when I told y'all that glue will sometimes eat through this mirror paper? We're about to see if this mirror paper is... Ooh, this is a good mirror paper. See, it didn't eat through that. There we go. Yay. Bought the good stuff. Last time I bought the awful stuff. And I got my glue on it and it just ripped it to pieces. Nothing more annoying. OMG, it's gonna look so cute. This is the first layer. I had to make one of these for Kaylin's first birthday because I didn't make her one for her baby shower. I haven't imagined. No, I know. Oh, this has a lot. I know you have imagination. I'm just kidding with you. I'm glad you can see it. Because if I explain this to GoPro, he's like, I don't understand. I'm like, silver with another layer and another layer. And he's a decorative layer. He's like, I don't understand. Never mind. Anything that's shiny is cute, I think. I remember somebody last year told me on one of the Halloween ones. I posted it and somebody said, that has too much glitter. And I was like, oh, where are you from? Not from Texas, because here we like super shiny and super glittery. Right, Mickey? No such thing. The more glitter, the better. Now, if they would have said, that's too much glitter that it looks tacky, then I would have been like, oh, okay. Because I've seen some things that I'm like, that's just a little tacky looking. But it's not too much glitter, it just looks tacky. I'm sure I've made some of that stuff in the past. No harm. It is what it is. All right, let me find my eraser for this before I mess things up. My lotion is in the way. All right. There it is. Glitter deviled eggs with the edible glitter? Oh, that's going to be cool. Was it red glitter or silver glitter or gold glitter? I mean, got excited talking about the glitter eggs. All right, so that's got to dry. Now, that's going to go on there. So we need to do this shape. The red ones had red, the green ones had green. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, let's take a little break here and look at the Picture of the puppies. Become a regular thing to have pictures of the puppies here. Oh, fancy. They had a fancy dinner. Fancy. Y'all made the gravy and everything. Cool. And then, of course, the babies. Kind of dark. If I turn them the other way, GoPro, they're going to flip. Oh, wait. Yeah. There they are. The puppies. So cute. The picture flips because it was taken upright. Okay. I think that's all the pictures we have today. Oh, wait. I think I had one of Roxy that we didn't show last time. Hold on. Yep. Look at that. Hold on. Let me move that. Look at Roxy, guys. Isn't she so cute? Adorable. She looks bloated. It's because her stripes go sideways, Vanessa. Oh my gosh. Jealous, right? Right? I do, Amanda. Christmas nails. We did uh wait a minute. We had Halloween nails in September, I think. October, I think we had fall, and now we have Christmas nails. We changed. No, we had fall nails already. We did turkey. When did we do turkey, guys? We did turkey a long time ago, Amanda. An orphan that won't leave. Oh wow. Yeah, we're having to do the nails according to the makes that we're making now because they the makes take over everything. So right now we're on Christmas, and then in December we'll be on New Year's. Probably do a couple more weeks of nails, and then of Christmas nails, and then we'll switch. You're way too. It's because I'm trying to keep up with them to match what we're making and stuff. Because orders have to be in and out by a certain time to make Christmas deadlines, stuff like that. Yeah, I think these are my first Christmas ones, aren't they, y'all? I think these are my first Christmas ones. I think they were still fall last time we were here. Amanda's been out too long last month. You're way too ahead. I need to make appointment for mine. Oh, what are you gonna get, Vanessa? Saying Vanessa, I need to take Mickey 1986 because the fakes here aren't that great. Well, mine are my nails now. You see, they're my nails now. They're not fakes. New Year's will be Valentine. Yeah. But no, actually, they really like. Well, I only go to one guy now because to me he's the best one in there. But he just the nail tech. Honestly, he just gets upset with me because I tell him they're too long, and he says, "Not too long. I shape and they'll be fine." And I'm like, "Look, buddy, I deal with paper all day long. These nails are too long." So he didn't cut them. He didn't push them back this time. But the next time I go, I'm gonna have him push them back. Yeah. I was a slave to an infant. You're still a slave to an infant. Oh, it's the best time though, Amanda. Don't listen to nobody. You're having the best time right now. Don't listen to GoPro. Yeah, he just pushes mine back now because he just like gets a little thing and I just haven't put it flush to my finger. But they grow pretty fast now. They didn't used to grow so fast. Now they're growing really, really fast. But he is, to me, the best nail tech there. He makes sure the nail is even. He's so particular about his work. Like he doesn't rush. He's really, really good. I really, really like him. I will sit and wait for him because I'm like, nope. And I've had quite a few nail techs there, but I just go to him. And sometimes I think he's on break and they tell me, no, he's working. I'm like, okay, well, it looks like he's on break to me, but all right. Yeah, it just takes a little while, but it's awesome. Yeah, Tim does a really great job. I don't think that's his real name. I learned that when I worked for UPS that they don't use their real name. But yeah. All right. I don't know if I'd be able to pronounce the real name. Girl, me, you both. I wonder if he would tell me what his real name is. He just wears a name tag says Tim. So Tim Ukutu what? Tim ay, ay, ay. Go GoPro, you're too addicted to Temu. Oh, I got you something to look for on Temu. Hay nets. Wonder if they got some of those. Oh my goodness, you're too silly. They had some? Look, man already looked. I feel like I'm a big roller when I wear. Okay, so it was the very first time I ordered something the other day from one of those places. I did it all kinds of wrong. And so now I'm waiting for a refund. I'm like, oh my word. I don't know. Mario's a professional though. I probably just should have had him do it. Oh, those are like half the price. I need to get some of those, especially for winter. I have a feeling it's going to be a cold one this year. We need to get some of those black tarps too that we had before and put them up because I have a feeling it's going to be a cold one. Like the very first year, remember that Amanda moved in there? Oh my gosh, it was a bad winter. Like everything was frozen all the time. I know. Remember we had 50 tarps up trying to close all in whatever heat we could. It was so cold. It was bad. And rainy and sleety. And then the only other time that I remember it was pretty cold like that was I think maybe the second year. Was it the first or second year you got your first set of babies? Baby horses. I remember that it was pretty cold that year too. Not as cold, but it was pretty cold. But that first year, man, was freezing. Hay, metal, steel bar basket, or whatever it is. Oh. Does your stuff come pretty quick from there, Amanda, when you order from there? Like, I don't know. I can't get the. I I ordered some rulers and they got sent back. I don't know why. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong with those websites, but I don't know what I'm doing. So we're almost down to the silver layer. And then let me get, we're going to look at the pattern paper in a minute. All right. This is all trash. Um, all right, that's where those are going to go, guys, down the bottom. All right. All right. So we're going to do 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. And I thought I had lights for this, but I need to check. Because I want the decor part to light up, which will be the very top part. Oh, it's going to be so cute. So cute. Hello, hello, it's me, Shay. Thank you for dropping by. Are you working tonight? Hopefully not. But I know you probably are. Yeah, shiny. All right, so we have all 5 of these done for the bottom. Now I'm going to do the next ones. For the frames. But you're really not going to see this too much, but it's okay. I'm going to put it on there anyway, just because it's going to go together. Sometimes that's the caveat to this is you'll have sections that you're really not going to see too much of, but you still want to carry on your decor. Like I'll try to put it, doesn't fit to the edge, but I'll try to bring it out as much as I can. Hopefully you can kind of see some of it whenever we get the frames on. I just think it's going to be really cute for the frames to be there. For the buyer to be able to put like Christmas photos or whatever in there. I think it's really cute. You are working. Well, I hope your sales are good, girl. Hope they're good. goodness, dead. I can't believe it's so dead. Wow. Well, I hope it picks up for you next week or something. All right, so we cut one too many, which is okay. All right, so got those 5 in, got these 5 in, and now let's look at the papers. So you're with Christmas, I think it's gonna need poinsettias and stuff, so we'll look at those papers first. Hello, Miss Anna. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. All right, so we have, this is not Christmas paper. Okay. I'm trying to find a pattern that's not too big but not too small. This is Anna Griffith paper. This lady makes beautiful paper. It's a beautiful weight. It's beautiful colors. Extremely vibrant. Oh, these are vellum. Wow. These are going to be beautiful for Christmas cards. But I need paper. Alright, that's a lot of vellum. Jeez. Alrighty then. So we got one-sided. Ooh. Let me take a look at this, guys. This is the hardest part for me. When I'm making something is choosing the paper. I think I'm gonna not choose this one because this is more goldish. And we chose silver. Let's move on to the next one. And of course we have our graphic 45 papers. So we have, this is two-sided. These I know I want to make advent calendars out of. So these are nice. We have all these little things here. Little rats. That goes nicely with them. And that goes nicely. So it's going to be between this paper pack, which it's all of these papers combined. So this is, let me show y'all what it is. It's, this paper pack consists of, I'm going to flip one. I'll flip one so y'all know what the front and the back looks like. So that's the front, that's the back. Hello, Mary. How are you? Thank you for coming. Welcome. All right, so that's front, that's back. This is front, and this is back. And all of these coordinate together, so it would be pieces from every single one to make the entire thing, okay? If we choose this paper pack. So this is front, and this is back. Back. Well, let me flip it that way. That's front and back. And then, oops, try not to drop it on the floor. And this is front, and this is back. This is front, and this is back. Almost the same as the other one. And this is front, and this is back, which this I really love. This is really, really nice. So that's paper collection number 1. All right. And then paper collection number 2 is extremely different. So this is what the paper looks like. And like I said, it's going to be different components from each one. This is a one-sided, so there's 4 of these. Oh, 5 of these? 6 of these. And 6 of these. And 6 of these. There's a few of these because I know I used some of this last year on Christmas cards or the year before. Some of this. There's some of this. Okay. And we have well, I'll go ahead and put this on the table because somebody might like it. Then we have this one, so I'll go ahead and put it on the table. So this is what this one consists of again. It has red poinsettias, pink poinsettias, holly and with white background, holly with green background. Like a, I don't know what this is. Just a decorative Christmas, like Christmas paper looking. Has it in both colors. Has poinsettias on a red background. Holly on a white. Just a decorative print. Small holly on white. And then this is gold, so we wouldn't be using that because we already put silver. I don't know, I guess you could put gold too. I guess you could. So, especially since it's going to layer up. So we'll go ahead and leave this one in. It's, gold flowers with a red background and gold flowers with a white background. So this is going to be, this one with the pink poinsettia is going to be 3. This one with the plaids and stuff is going to be 2. graphic 45 will be 1. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the one with the poinsettias with the blue. So 1, 2, and 3. So let's see which one we're going to use on this carousel. I like them all. Yeah. I'm not going to say which one's my favorite, but I like them all. 2, 2. Okay. Looks like 2 may win this one. 3. Oh, Sonia likes this one. 2. This is 2. This is 3. This is 1. I'll tell you after the thing. I'll tell you which one's my favorite. So they're all really nice, and I like one. You like 3 and 1, Sonia? So it's 1, 2, 3. Mary, are you talking about this one? The red? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 and 3. Okay, so I'm going to take graphic 45 out. This is my favorite paper collections ever. Anything this company makes, I like. I'm all over this. So I'm taking this out because we don't have enough. That's okay. Why? Because I would rather use that for the advent boxes anyway. So we have 2. I think 2's the winner because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 for this one, so, right? So all right. So we're gonna go with these are both Anna Griffith, and we're gonna go with the holiday pattern paper. Okay. 2. Okay. All right. So it already won, Vanessa. So okay. So now let's see what I'm gonna use. Out of this one. So now for the pattern paper. Trying to decide which one I want to use first. On it, I think I'm going to use like this smaller pattern on the top because it's kind of, well, you know what? No, let's do this one. All right. Any poinsettias? That's weird. All right, so we've chosen our paper to start with. Ah, thank you, Sonia. And so gonna go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back in 12 minutes. Thought I unmuted it. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I unmuted it and I didn't. Is everyone back? Everyone have their beverage and snack? Right. So the way these are gonna lay, right on here, leave just a small border of red. Hello, Tina. How are you? Welcome. We're just gonna have a little bit of that shimmer popping through once we get our red on there, guys. Oh, you're gonna eat the Santa. Diamond painting, awesome. All right. Oh, keep pushing over. I saw that didn't cut quite crisp, but it's okay. Live. What are you diamond painting today, Tina? You done with your gnome? Why? Diamond painting your gnome? Winter cardinal and lamp. Ooh, cool. Ooh, these slip around so good on the mirror card. The dry time, guys. The dry time takes me so long. Everyone's so quiet now. They're eating their snackies. Eating dinner. What are you having today, Vanessa? It'll get sticky on there. Curbside wings. Curbside wings? Like from Curbside Bistro? They sell wings? I didn't know that. I had no idea. Oh. I only knew about their fries. Oh, only on Wednesday. Oh, thank you, Sonia. You like the way it's turning out? Yeah, sometimes it takes like starting to put it together to see it, you know? To see the way the paper will come together. It's actually a Santa. Yeah, I'm excited to see this one done because I wanna use some little scene characters and some lights on this. That way it'll be a little different. I wish I would have had those green lights when I made those ones for Halloween. Those were super cool. Would have been super super cool with lights. I think what we'll do is we'll concentrate on one section at a time. I'll probably try to get a little ahead with it so we can finish it up on Friday. Oh, I'm so glad you love it, Vanessa. I thought it was so cool. She wants your flowers. No, they go with the vase. Yeah, I thought that the big one was here that I ordered to make for that. And it's not the one I ordered for that. I mean, it's a big one, but it's a huge sunflower and it's not not the one I had ordered for that piece. So I was a little upset about that. It should be here though. I contacted the lady that um, I purchased it from, and I was like, hey, I need that die. You need to send it to me. Oh, well, I only send out once a month. I was like, no, no, no. I need that. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, you told her it goes with the vase? Yeah. Uh, I really liked it. I liked looking at it up there. It really came out cool. I want to make another one. Um, because I told GoPro, like I said that night that I made that, I had never made that before. So it really surprised me how beautiful it was. But now I want to work on it being a more stable piece. It's not that it's not, I don't know how to explain it. I just want it to be like, I want it to have some oomph to the sides where the paper is. So I want to remaster it. You're the coolest kid in the office. I bet you have some really cool pieces. You have some really, really cool pieces in there. Let's see, you won the breast cancer awareness one. You have the globe. Yeah, you have quite a few pieces in there that are really, really cool. And you know what? Nobody else has them. And they can't just go to Walmart and buy them or wherever. I mean, they can come here, but you know that even if they order one here, it's not going to look like yours. The globe is the coolest. Yeah, I want to try to get the globe going, guys, probably next Friday. Probably start the build on next Wednesday and try to get that double globe started so we can see how that's going to turn out. Sonia, both globes you made are awesome. Oh, thank you, Sonia. I'm wanting to see the Christmas one we're about to make. I'm hoping next week we can get it started. Um, it all depends on right now my issue is finding the product because it depends on the tiny lights. Like that's what I was telling GoPro about this one. I'd love to put tiny lights, so I'm not going to quite stick it together yet. I'm going to do a run tomorrow and see if I can find, well, we're going to decorate it so I can poke the holes on the top before I put this on like this so that I can have lights in there. And I know that in one of these I could possibly put the tiny light switch down there. So I really want to try to put lights in this one this year. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm glad y'all like them. Glad you're enjoying them in your office. I mean, to me, they're fun to make, but like I said, I can't keep everything I make because, could you imagine? I know someone that does that. They keep every single make they make, and it's a lot. They have a lot. It's too much for me. All right, so now that we have this part done, while these dry, so that we don't, that's the pattern that it gave. It stayed pretty good to the pattern of the paper. So now I'm going to work on these little sides so we can get one whole piece completely done before we move on to something else. And let me see how I did that. I think what I did for that is I actually cut them out. I said, it's been so long since I've done this. What? No commercials. Awesome. Did you get her to fix it or did you help her? Awesome. No commercials for Miss Sonia. All right. So now we need to cut some of these. Ooh, hold on. I need a new cutting plate because used for stuff like this. Oh my goodness. Come on. Two, 4, 6, 8. Why do we turn on the air? Alright, I'm going to get all these pieces cut so we can work on our little edges. Two more. Okay. All right, I move these because I can't see what the chat is. All right, so we're going to cut these down. I think from now on, when people say, what does that look like in the county? That ask me, oh, what will it look like complete? And I'm going to say, go to Vanessa's office. Vanessa has samples of almost everything. Just kidding. Awesome. Yeah, GoPro took his Santa the other day. He has a Santa Claus. All right. Oh, you were too busy? Okay. Now I'm cold. That weird weather where you're hot and then you turn on the air and then it's cold. Is Texas the only place it does that? I wonder. Let me get a block because it's not drying the way I want it to. Making me irritable. You think you'll finish your gnome tonight? Why? Do you think you'll finish your gnome tonight? Probably. That's awesome. You ready to move on to a different project now, or? It's a lot of work. But it seems very relaxing. Like I said, I want to start with the little ones, not the big ones. Come on. Why are y'all giving me a hard time? It's funny. I want another one, but it's like twice. Oh my goodness, you want to go for bigger? What is the picture on the next one? Oh, the Starry Night. Oh, okay. I remember you saying, yeah, I remember you saying you wanted that. Ah. All right, last one. All right, 2 extra cuts. Put them on. Have you decided if you're going to frame the gnome one yet? I think that's cool that diamond art is really cool. Oh, you'd be surprised. People might buy it to like just decorate for Christmas. I've heard people say so many times, "Oh, I love that, but there's no way I'd sit down and make it because I don't have the patience or whatever." This one came out a little bit crooked. Debating whether I want to recut that one. I think I am. It's just too crooked. Oh yeah. Yeah, but like there's people that the things that I make, they won't make them. I mean, they have the stuff, but they I've had a lot of people tell me that just takes too long. But I find it relaxing. I do see how it can be stressful for some people. I don't know. I don't feel like it takes a long time, but I think some people see it as it takes too long. cut one of these. I didn't like the way it came out on that one earlier. Keep dumping my Christmas tree. Keep throwing stuff on him. He keeps falling. All right, so we have all of the top done, and then we have the sides done. So now we need to do one more layer up here, and then I think I'm gonna probably glitter first though, just to make sure I don't get it on that last shiny part. Yep, it's really cute. And so let me get the glitter out. What did I do with it? I know we used it. Let's see. I'm trying to think, what did I do with it? I know we used it not too long ago. All right, gotta shake the glue. Thank you, Miss Anna. Thank you, Rye. Gonna go ahead and get this part completely done. The only thing that won't be on here yet is gonna be the Santa that'll be on the top, because it has to be completely dry and on the actual base before I do that. right, so let me get oh, this glue was crying. I wonder why it was crying. Not that much glue in it. Make sure it's mixed up really good because last time we used this, it was more water than glue. It's the only thing I really don't like about this particular brand is it separates so easy. But they're the only people, unless anyone out there knows who else makes white glue that dries white. But I have a heck of a time finding this. Everything dries clear these days. Oh, let me get all this flocking out of here. We don't want any flocking. Okay, here we go. This is mixed well. I want it to work my piece. Let me check it. Oh, no. Mm. You have enough glitters for treats again? Oh, I better make sure I have treats. They've been really enjoying the jerky treats. I mean, the beef treats lately. Even Sass has really been asking for those. It's really weird because she's a chicken dog. Yeah, snowing glitter. That's what that is. Yeah. So that's the way the cap looks so far. Then we'll use a different we'll use the ice on it. I have to let this dry a little bit. And then get some of this off. So it's gonna be, I don't know if we can pick it up. It looks really nice with the glitter. It's hard for it to focus. I know when we get too much glitter going here. Um, yeah, so then I'll clean this up here in a second. We'll go ahead and put our glass shards on there. That way it's nice and frosty. Nice and icy. Like it, I mean, it doesn't get like that here. Yeah, that's the point of using the, if you use a if you use a dries white glue with a fine glitter like this, this is called microfine diamond dust. It looks like snow when you finish, when it dries. If you use clear, it's just gonna look like glitter. Does that make sense? It's really weird in the difference. So I try to keep this on hand, but it's really hard to get. And I thought Elmer's glue would work, but Elmer's glue dries clear now. I remember that used to dry white. Thank you, Gabby. So, like I said before, guys, I just mix my glitters in this organic ground pepper. I just put some holes on the top and put it in there. Let me clear this out so we can do the what I call the ice glitter. Because you can buy these separate glitters. You can buy them together in one container that's very, very small. It's probably about this round and about this deep. All these mixed together already for you, but you're gonna pay like $10 for that. Or you could just buy the individual ones um, on Amazon and mix them together. That's what I do. I buy the microfine, I buy the chunky, and I buy microfine like a iridescent. I buy the white microfine and the chunky, and I put them in here, and I mix them up, and they last a very long time. You know. And I have these jars all the time, so I try to use them from like my glitters and stuff when I can because I don't like to throw them away. They're glass, they're made well. So, and it's easy for me to put the stuff back. All right, so let's now I'll get the clear glue and put the glass shards on. Oops, sorry about that. Whew, there's glitter everywhere. Even though I try to control it, it gets everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to use I'm just going to use this glue. Last time I think I used my clear stuff, but I think I'm just going to use this one. I don't like using this for glitter because I really like the way that holds paper. What did we eat for dinner today? Oh, we just ate burritos. We had a big lunch. We had I made like steak fingers with gravy and smashed potatoes. Never told us what sheets were your favorite. Oh, the sheets that were my favorite are these, Sonia. But I'm just partial to this brand here. Can I get it to focus? This is my favorite brand here, Graphic 45. So this is my favorite ones. But this we're gonna. I would rather save this because we're gonna make. I have a die to cut out an advent calendar, and I think this would be beautiful on the front. I think this paper works extremely well for the Christmas carousel because it's just like very festive, like very Christmassy. I really like all the papers I buy, but I had to start learning not to hoard them a couple of years ago because I used to hoard them. I used to not want to use them. But now I use them. Like that Graphic 45, I just got it this year. Back in the day, I wouldn't even be using it this year. I'd be like, no, there's no way I'm going to use that. Or I would have bought like 8 packs. So I would have some. But I don't do that anymore. And I've used down a lot of what I used to have. Hello, Mama. How are you? Thank you for joining us today. Thank you. Now, guys, if you are out there and you are crafting with this particular stuff, be very careful. Because it is an old type of glitter. And it is glass. And that just gives it a totally different look. You can tell the difference from here to what's over here with the glass shards. They're so pretty. Yes. Yes, Vanessa. This particular type of glitter that I'm using right now is glass. It's just glass pieces. So they call it diamond dust, but it's really glass. So when I put it on, I try not to flick it around too much because I don't want it in my eye. Oh, Mama. Okay. We'll be here a little bit longer. I'm glad you had a good time at your group. Sorry you're tired though, but isn't it really late where you're at right now, or because you're in Australia? What time is it in? We're super early, right? Super, super early or really, really late? Yeah, we'll get the glass shards on and then I'll leave this to dry. Oh, it's an afternoon. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, they're. What time is it in England right now? Morning? I don't know. They're not too bad from us, I guess. In the morning? Yeah, because your penguin's on his way over there. So I knew that's where you were at. I was just. I don't know why I thought it was like late over there, like in the morning or late evening. Can relax, drink your cup of coffee. I have to tell you, Mama, I am obsessed with y'all 60 Minutes I watch on YouTube constantly. I won't watch 60 Minutes from here in the US, but I'm obsessed with those Australian reporters. I tell my husband all the time, I say, boy, if you want something solved, you need to call them Australian reporters. They solve everything on 60 Minutes. I love that show. 60 Minutes Australia. Do y'all watch that? Okay, Sonia, good night. Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm like they've even come here and solved stuff here in the U.S. I'm like them people, they're on that. They solve everything. Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. Like I try to watch all the episodes. I mean I just found it, so I watch them all. Everything they have on YouTube, I watch. Like oh, they have a new one. I'm still trying to catch up on all the old ones. And they do ask the hard questions. I'm always proud of them. I'm like, yep, that's the question to ask. I love that show. Good night, Mary. Yeah, I'll be finishing up here in just a little bit. Oh, Vanessa. Oh, I'm sorry you got kicked out. It's called 60 Minutes Australia. It's on YouTube. Well, that's where I watch it, is on YouTube. I'm sure if you got like satellite, you can probably get on that. But I watch it on YouTube. It's just like the 60 minutes here, but man, those reporters they have are not, they don't give an inch. And some of the the things they look into are very like old cases that they, I don't know how they figure it all out, but um 60 minute, I feel like 60 minutes Australia, the difference between ours and you guys is I feel like it depends on the person uh of who they ask the hard questions. And I feel like with you guys, they ask everyone the hard questions. Like they don't like, for example, if you had like a woman or a man, they're not going to ask a different question because it's a woman or a man interviewer. They ask those hard questions regardless. They ask the hard questions regardless if it's a sensitive topic or not. You know, here it just depends on who it is for them to ask the hard questions, really. Right. There it is. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't discriminate on who it is. They just ask the question. And that's what I love about it. They're just really like, they're fair, and yeah, yeah. So I love to watch them because, I'll be thinking, oh, why this or that? And sure enough, they ask that question. I'm like, ooh, that's not a question that here they wouldn't have asked it. Like there was a guy, um, well, it wasn't a, I think it was a rerun I was watching. There was a serial killer they were interviewing, and they were asking some pretty tough questions of him, even though he was getting a little bit, upset about it. And they were very much like, I mean, you want to, that's what we're here for, to ask you these questions. So, yeah, it's pretty neat. I love it. Alrighty. Okay, everyone. So we have. Oh, I didn't watch that one. Okay, so we finished the top for now because, like I said, we're still gonna have to put the Santa. It's gonna be. I'm gonna put. Blah, get the words out. It'll be a clear acetate piece that's folded twice. Mama, no, this is a die. It's a die set that Tonic Studios sells. It's a carousel, and but look, it's so good. Oh, thank you. So I'm gonna put a piece of acetate through the top here. Thank you. and it'll come up about, I want to say about 2.5, 3 inches. And then I'll make cuts of the Santa with the reindeer that's going to come up and around. It'll be connected to that acetate. Um, and then this will be complete. But what I'll do tomorrow is probably, because this will be dry, I'll be able to move it. On the decor part, before we come back on Friday so that we can finish, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover these pieces with these same papers on the insides. I have the bottom already done. See, and so I'll go ahead and I'll finish covering these, and I'll finish covering these because we do have the bottoms of these already done. And then when we come back Friday, what I'll do is we'll go ahead and put all the pieces on these and build these up. That won't take too long. And then these, we'll go ahead and put them in. Let's see, that one says frames. We'll put these in. Oh shoot, because next week too, I want to make a boot. Oh my gosh, I have so many dies for y'all for Christmas. Y'all have no idea. And so these, I'll get them covered up so we can put them in like this, right? So then when we put everything together, it'll be a bunch of decoration, which it's going to be like poinsettias, and I'll probably get some more Christmas trees like this, like this, and we'll probably put some of those in there. I want to see if I can find like a little figurines of maybe some deer and some like kids playing in the snow, things like that, so that we can put them in on the decor part. Put them in there, and then we'll finish it up. But there's a couple of things that I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't want to move this too much to clean up. I don't want to touch this either because I can see I have glass everywhere. But once this all dries and it's good tomorrow, then I'll move it. I'll clean everything up, and I'll go ahead and cut some more of this paper and some other paper to put on the inside of these. So that being said, let's see if there's someone. What did I do with my glue? Oh, there it is. I have so much stuff on my desk I can't see the screen. So let me see if there's anyone available we can raid tonight. Let me check real quick. All right, 1 second. Oh, only one I'm showing is Summit. They're not gonna let me raid Summit. Are you crazy? Let's see. I'm looking. That looks interesting. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set up the raid now. Hold on just a second. Y'all stay with me. Okay, everybody put something in the chat so it'll hopefully take us all together. I want to thank everyone that showed up for me tonight. I know that everyone is extremely busy. I can't wait for this make to be complete. But stay with me just for a little bit. And thank you everyone.